Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of the Reflection series where we listen to stories that recharge and rejuvenate us. And today we are very privileged to have with us a wonderful being and a wonderful speaker, Dr. Partap Midha. Dr. Pratap is the director of Global Hospital and Research Center and has led the development of healthcare services in an underserved area of Rajasthan in India for over 30 years. He is the vice president of the medical wing of the Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation, and he was conferred the Bharat Gaurav Award in July 22 in honor of his distinguished services to the nation and in leading the delivery of health services to society. And many, many more, if I can go on in appreciation of the work that Dr. Pratap has done. The story that Dr. Pratap would be sharing with us today is titled A Divine Design. Dr. Pratap, an experienced meditator, will share how he moved from being a doctor into management and facilitated services then at the Global Hospital. So let's hear Dr. Pratap's story and the wonderful journey. So without any further ado, a very hearty welcome to the program, Dr. Pratap, and it's over to you.
Om Shanti and very good morning. And I'm very happy to be on this program today. And if I reflect on my life story, I was a young doctor. This was the year 1975. And I was very happy treating patients. I was in a small industrial hospital where I was working. But I had a friend whom I used to discuss spirituality, and we would together go for long walks. And during one of these walks, he suddenly told me that, Dr. Pratap, you would be better off organizing things and managing things than being a doctor. I was surprised by his statement, but then I took it with a pinch of salt and I just kept it. And thereafter, I moved from that place, which was in Haryana, to another place which was closer to Shimla, which is a hill station and which used to be the summer capital of the British also. Now it is part of Himachal Pradesh. So I moved closer to that place, which was known as Pinjore. It was a primary health center. I spent another 4 years there looking after the village hospital, treating the rural patients, and also working on certain national programs like immunization, the tuberculosis, and the mother and child health, all those. And then from that place, I moved to Chandigarh, which is the capital of Punjab and Haryana. And I moved to a bigger hospital, which was a big hospital, about 500 bedded hospital. And I was posted there in the, I would say, in the emergency medicine, where you receive all critical patients. And I used to work, I enjoyed my work because it was interacting with the patients, and people were also very happy with me. Although there were some challenges, but I was able to cope up of the challenges very well. And then suddenly in 1983, because I was with the state services, it is a public facility. So in 83, I was one day called by my director and told that I need to move to the management position. And I had no idea, no experience, and what requires to manage a hospital was totally new for me. And initially I told them, I'll think over, but they insisted. And it was in somewhere in March 83 that I took over the management part. I had a director to report, and the management in a very reluctant, in a very, I would say, in a kind of difficult situation. I had no idea. And that was in 1983. And it was 91 that I got the invitation from the Brahma Kumaris in Mount Abu that I should move to Mount Abu for managing a hospital. So I'm just looking at the story, how the whole sequence of things happened. That walk on the year 1975, then moving to Chandigarh, and then suddenly in 83. Because I was very reluctant. I used to enjoy treating patients and making friends. So this is how then my role came to not managing patients, but managing the doctors and the nurses and I would say, the managing the services. So when this hospital was to be started, I was invited to come here, and it was 91, August 91, that I moved over here. And initial days were little, I would say, challenging because it was a new place. But I would say with my that 8 years experience, which I was forced to do management, and this is how I was moved to from the public sector to the voluntary sector to a charity. And I'm sure it was a divine design. If I was not in the management, I would not never would have been able to come to Mount Abu. And this is how it has happened. And I feel it has been very fruitful experience planning new services, recruiting new people, working with them, and then how harmonizing the relationships, coming to know of the patient. This area is quite tribal. The language problem was there. So many other things were there. The cultural values are here are different. To understand the psychology of the tribal patients, because Mount Abu is surrounded by tribal people all around, and these are Gracias and Bhils, and they do not have any formal education. But working with them, going to the villages, introducing them the concept of the modern healthcare. So it has been a very fruitful experience, and I call it divine design, because I had not planned, even I never planned to come to Mount Abu. Although there were a couple of times I used to visit Mount Abu for my personal growth and development, but I never thought that I would leave Chandigarh and come to Mount Abu. Chandigarh is a beautiful place. It's one of the most modern cities of India, and I was very comfortable there. But then this I would say push over to management, unreluctant going to management, resulted me landing in Mount Abu. I'm very happy now here because we have grown so big. We have one hospital at Mount Abu, then another in the foothills of the. There are services are there, like a trauma center is there, an eye hospital is there. We started with education also. With the national board, we started a course in family medicine and a course in ophthalmology, and plus training optometrists, training nurses. It all has been very wonderful. And I feel this is a much fruitful experience, that planning a hospital, managing a hospital is a much different experience than treating patients. Here you are able to support the doctors and nurses, and this is a hospital which is a kind of holistic hospital, which I had dreamt many times that we should be able to do without any hindrances. In this hospital, not only we have the modern medicine, but we offer patients positive thinking, meditation, and Ayurveda, homeopathy, even magnets. We play music here, and we use values in treating patients. So it's a kind that you are able to exercise your independence and do what you feel is the best for the patient. So this kind of independence or this kind of innovation is really very, I would say, revolutionary and loving. And during these days, I feel people visit us, we train doctors and nurses, people come to have experience. And we have been receiving students and young doctors from all across the world to learn from our model of healthcare. Okay, Lata man.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Pratap, Doctor. And I would just like to ask you, so as we said, as the title you said, it was a divine design. Would you say there is something within you also that allowed you to kind of flow with that design? Because there could have been a possibility where you could have opposed it or used your own opinion and say, maybe, I don't like it, I don't want to go into management. Would you like
Well,
to share something around this,
uh,
please?
yeah. Initially I was reluctant. I never wanted to accept it, but people said, okay, you do it for a few years and we'll, few months and we'll find some replacement. But when I was there 8 years with the government, they never found replacement till I submitted my papers to move to Mount Abu. I would say your values, your commitment, your sincerity, it really, people like it, and they felt that they had chosen the right person. So that's how I also gained experience. So many problems came. That was the time when, the terrorism was in peak in Punjab, and we used to have every day some violent incidences, and I had to handle all that. And Blue Star operation, which is happened, I was looking at the helms of the affairs during that time also. So it's a kind of your spirituality, your values give you strength. They give you a lot of patience also, because I feel, in your journey, you have to have a lot of patience. You have to accept people. You have to care about people. You inspire them to work in odd situation. So this kind of skills which you required as part of your practice of spirituality, you were able to put it in practice.
That's beautiful. And you have been a meditator for such a long time. Uh, what would you say has been the benefit of meditation on this journey?
I think one of the best thing is your own personal growth, and the second part is when you try to see the best within each one of your team members. That makes a lot of difference. And you might have difference of opinion, but then you know that you are working for a common goal. You're working a cause which is helping the suffering humanity. So you accept each other's values, and I would say you require a lot of patience, and you learn a lot during this process.
That's beautiful. And
Hmm.
just to summarize, if I could ask, as a doctor, uh, as a management specialist, looking after so many activities and being so busy, and being a meditator, what would your advice be to people, how to manage themselves in their day-to-day lives?
I think I feel the most important thing in the management process is your own self. You need to manage your own self first. You need to manage your thoughts. You need to manage your emotions. You need to look within and find that where I need to improve myself. And you require a lot of, I would say, unlimited consciousness or unlimited thinking beyond the existing situation. So you have to look into the future, not into the present. How a person would there be in the future, how our services would be in the future. And that's what I feel is very important, that we need to look what we are in present. We need to look at the what we need to achieve, need to accomplish in the coming years. So when that goal is there in the mind, then you are able to move on. You need to accept people. You are able to even accept differences, criticism, all those things you can accept it when your goal is in very clear sight.
That's beautiful.
There was a lot of opposition even from the local people of Mount Abu. They thought, why do we need a big hospital here? So now they realize that this hospital is a boon for them. So initially we even had opposition from the local people also.
So it's like doing for their benefit, but because they didn't see it in the beginning.
See, another thing which I have learned in management is, first thing is connect with people, make friends with them. So wherever there was opposition, I connected with people, made friends with them, explained our story, why we want to do this. So it has been very important that connecting with people, what today they called it networking, but I feel it is connecting with people, connecting and making friends with people. Even if you have to offer someone advice, you need to make friends with him first, and then only you can offer advice to him. So that has been a very good strategy for me. Make friends, connect with people, need what they need from you, what is their requirement. So all our growth has been kind of what the local community needs, whether it was eye care or whether it was dental or whether it was urology, which we started recently. So I felt the people needed these services and they had to travel far and wide. So we created those facility and now people are very happy.
And that's so beautiful. So many blessings coming your way.
And I said during the COVID times, these people, they voluntarily came forward to support us. Someone supported oxygen cylinders, someone created ventilators for us, buying ventilators. So we never asked, we never went to anyone. People came forward to support us. Because when this was the time when the community all got together in this small place, because this was the only hospital which was supporting them.
Wonderful. It's
Mm.
it's like the fruit of good action, as you say, good karma comes back when it's really needed. So that's
You know,
like
the criticism or maybe kind of hostile attitude from people should never, I would say, never should be taken to heart. I used to understand that people have different perspective and you have to accept their perspective also. Their way of thinking is different than me. So, okay, accept that.
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Pratap. It's been a privilege to have you with us on this program, and such a wonderful journey it has been for you, and all the very good wishes for the even wonderful journey ahead. So
Thank
thank
you.
you once
Thank you.
again for sharing your wisdom and wisdom.
I appreciate your initiative to invite me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Om Shanti.
And so, after this beautiful sharing, let's have a few moments of meditation so we can also gain an experience of the beautiful energy we can receive when we meditate and then experiment it in our lives. So, let's have a few moments.
Sometimes it's easy to feel the mystery of life while gazing at a silent sky of stars or looking at the moon. And it's also easy to feel that same mystery and beauty when looking at a sunset or a gorgeous ocean view. But perhaps one of the greatest mysteries of existence is the magic that we possess inside. Not the magic of trickery and deception, but the magic of consciousness, and specifically the magic of intention. There was a scientific study done in which several groups were asked to set the intention that a plant in a remote location in a completely different state grow at a faster pace. The scientific results showed that the plant not only grew, but with some of the groups, their plant grew twice as quickly. This power of intention can work on matter, and it can also work on souls. This meditation will hold the intention to send peace to souls of the world. Take a deep breath and relax. Imagine yourself high up on a mountain, distant and far away from your worries and cares, and let the silence of this mountain sky absorb you. Allow your mind to be very high above all the petty dramas and very deep in the stillness and silence of the soul. Anchor yourself to your breath, breathing gently in and out. Letting the silence of this beautiful space wash over your mind and take you to deeper and deeper places of quietude inside. And as you tap into the power of your own silent mind, imagine that in front of you there is a beautiful light pouring over all souls of the planet, like a waterfall of light. And hold the intention that this waterfall of light, this cascade of peace, touches every mind, every heart, every country, and every corner of the universe. See this light cascading onto souls, and feel this light as you hold the intention that all souls be touched by this warm, benevolent, loving light of healing peace. And imagine for a moment that that light washes over every single mind, igniting the light within them, igniting the peace within them. Filling them up so deeply that all souls of the planet begin to glow from the inside with their own light energy, spiritual energy. Continue to hold this intention that this peace pour over every soul. And now come back to your own breath, having spent a few moments in the intention of peace reaching every soul, knowing that countless others who are watching this meditation held the same intention. And ask yourself this week, how will you use your magic power of intention for the rest of the week and for the rest of your life?
And I would also like to thank our viewers. If you would like to know more about us, please do visit our website www.brahmakumaris.org.au. The addresses of all our locations and the programs and events that are conducted are all put up on the website. So please feel free to either visit our center or attend any of our programs as you like. So thank you once again, and we will be back with another interesting episode. So till then, take care. Om Shanti.